Hey YouTube, been so long, where do I even start? Been so long, I figured I got some stories I want to get out there. Now, when I went to prison, whenever I go to prison, active wood every time. For people that are, seems like they're out of state, that say that I must be racist, or to run with skinheads, this and that. California, you got two options, right? You're a white man. It's really for everybody, but being a white man, you're gonna go in as white. You're gonna either be active wood, or you're gonna be non-active. And you're gonna go to PC with the child molesters, the rapists, all the dropouts, all the disgraced police officers, etc. So, hey, it is what it is, man. There's, everybody goes through this, and you either go on the line or you're going PC. It's one or the other. My paperwork's good, so hey, why would anyone want to be over there? So anyways, I got a list here. We're just gonna talk about prison. California prison foreclosures.
I found these results.
California prison closure.
According to CDCR, as outlined in Governor Gavin Newsom's 2020-21 California budget, the California Department of Corrections and Rehabilitation, CDCR, and California Correctional Healthcare Services, CCHCS, are developing a plan to close 2 state prisons.
So there's 2 prisons. There's 35 prisons here. It was about 200,000 was the high point of how many people were here, were in prison here. And the lawsuits, the federal judges, they all got that number down to like 100,000 or so. There's another prison closing though. Here we go. Oh no, excuse me, it's already closed last year. It's a 2020 budget plan. But yeah, Tracy's closed. You can see right here, the top, DVI. The prison's closure is aligned with state's 2020 multi-year budget plan. The California Department of Corrections and Rehabilitation said the closure comes 18 years after the Stockton, Northern California women's facility closed in 2003. That was the last time California prison had been closed. So Tracy's dual vocation institution closes. And that happened last year. So all that does is crowd y'all together, Now they're putting PCs on the yard. Now they're putting all the dropouts in the yard, from my understanding. That started in 2018. I got another video on that where I, pull up the link. So, I'm glad I got out in 2016, but, then you got like this Gunners guy saying, the SNY is gonna kick off the yard. The SNY is, yeah, maybe, Well, maybe the actives say we've had enough of these guys and hit them, you know. I don't know. Seems like people glorifying it when neither one is to be glorified, man. Prison is something that you go in to survive, and to, you know, you'll survive it probably with no holes in you, maybe, you know, depending on how you conduct yourself. It's all about respect, certain guidelines. But I remember when I got to reception and Badger section in San Quentin in 2012, and it was us against the Nortenos, and from what I heard, it was ongoing for like a year and a half. When I left there and came back to San Quentin before it turned PC in 2018, it was still, you know, it was kind of like they were still politicking on that yard, you know. But the bigger yard was full of lifers who weren't really politicking too much. So it was considered like barely good. But I tell you what, on our yard, we were rolling up sex offenders, every single one that came to the yard. And there were other people getting rolled up, but not too much. There was an incident. There was a few incidences, but one of the incidences there, and I'm gonna make other videos because I've seen a few riots. I've seen an 80-man riot. I've seen a 400-man riot. I've been involved in a little mini dorm riot that was like 15, 20 people. So I've seen a few things, but you know, at a couple different prisons. But at San Quentin, you know, and there's two misconceptions about San Quentin. One, that it's this huge, like, it's got this huge reputation. Yeah, from like the 90s and early 2000s, it does. So it's not like that anymore. But there's also a misconception that, at least when I was there, that nothing happens at all, and that's not true either. So 2 white boys actually got stabbed up on the big yard, on the lifer yard, by the Nortenos. And I want to say this was in like 2015, I think. And anyways, 2014 or 2015, and the very next day, you know, we all got to go to the yard. So, you know, we all got our boots on. It's like maybe 30 white boys on the yard, and maybe 12 or 15 Norteños. You already know they all got razor blades and knives on them, and they're two each on every corner. 2 over here, 2 over there, 2 walking, 2 over here, you know, like that. And we're just all sitting there, and this is like right after chow, hella early. It's cold out. I was too tired to even really trip on it much. I was just hoping that it'd be squashed. And we're sitting there. 5 minutes go by, nothing happens yet. And it's me and one of the higher ups at the table and another older guy. And the older guy goes like this, and he knocks on the table. Well, it's been great, you guys. And he goes back to the dorm, right? And I'm sitting there looking at dude, and he just says something like, you know, you fucking believe that guy, or something like that. you know, they ended up, another 10 minutes go by. We're all just sitting there. Nothing happens. And then all of a sudden, the police locked the yard down. And that was that. It was a dead issue after that. But I tell you what, that old white guy wasn't there next week. So they probably, you know, they either told him to roll it up or they jumped on him. But I don't know how I could have missed that happening, you know. So like, they could have did it on the yard when I wasn't out there or something, or when I was, you know. So you can go to the other yard and go to all their classes and all their programs and stuff. So something very well could have happened to him while I was over there or whatever, you know. People go back and forth all day up there. But yeah, man, they got rid of him for that, you know, and that's, you know, that's how it is, you know. You're white, you got two groups in there. You got skinheads and you got woods, right? And you know, you don't have a say, you know. If you see a white man in a fight, that's your fight with another race. Not if it's two white men, but yeah, it is what it is, you know. I'll get to my other stories. Oh yeah. 1, 2, 3. I got like 3 more that I just can remember right now anyway. So yeah, stay tuned.